you got to say nasty shit, Ray?
Oh, not my nasty motherfucker.
What? Why are you already laughing? Hey.
Hey.
Happy Trouble Thursday.
It's Trouble Thursday.
Every week.
Every week it shows up. Praise God.
Praise God
Praise
that we're
God.
here for another.
We can't do shit around here.
Listen, y'all. We got niggas slamming the door during our intro.
Man, we need a GoFundMe. We trying to get a podcast space.
You guys, we need a PCAST room.
And a new laptop.
My God.
Maybe another camera. Like 2-angle. We can really get this going.
Okay. Portia wants a 2-angle. While we're at it. Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys are feeling generous out there. But what I was saying was, before that door slammed, thank God we're alive for another
Thursday.
Because he didn't have to do it.
He didn't have to do it.
But he did.
But we here.
He did.
Welcome to another fantabulous episode of I Hope This Don't Get Me in Trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Portia.
I'm Courtney. Oh, she gave her real name today
Yes,
right
I
off
did,
the bat.
bitch. You want to know why? Because, bitch, I like me.
Ooh, I love me.
I love
Isn't
me.
that a song?
I love God. You don't love God?
Ooh.
Fits, girl. I love God.
You don't love God? What's up with you?
What's up with you?
We
Yeah.
are God heavy today.
Yeah.
That's because we have a heavy episode.
Heavy.
Like Effie.
Yeah.
Honey, like Effie.
Heavy.
But before we get into it, let's just say the things.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching at home.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening at home.
Thanks again.
My God, we preach.
We do.
We preach you.
Every time we get a subscribe, our little hearts,
I cry.
they jump.
I don't cry because I never cry, but
I cry. But I cry about everything.
she
so.
cries a lot. But we're just so happy that you guys every week come back to listen to us
And that
bullshit.
you give us feedback.
Yeah.
That you tell us what you want to hear. And
Like you're actually listening to us because you've actually started commenting and giving feedback
commenting.
and comments.
And carrying on the conversation in our DMs.
Yeah, we
I
love
love
that
that.
so much, y'all. God.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Keep it up.
Keep up the good work. Gold star on your homework.
Yeah, we're grateful. So thank you.
Should we hug?
Each other?
Yeah.
Not right now.
Okay, fine. Portia hates me.
Later.
You guys,
Later.
just a small story before we get started.
Okay.
I just have to tell you how much we love each other, okay?
Okay.
So I was on the phone with Portia last night because I hadn't talked to her like all week.
We talked every day.
So I called her. Mind you, this ended up being like a 2.5 hour phone call. And she was crunching in my ear. And I said, are you eating carrots? And she was like, bitch, why would I be eating carrots? She said, no, I'm eating cereal. And I said, oh. And she said, I bet you can't guess which one. And I immediately said, O's? And she said, oh my God, you guessed
I
it.
was fucking floored. I could not believe that she guessed the cereal
Well, I love you.
that is only available in Target and select CVS's.
I love you. You're my
Yeah.
friend. I know everything about you.
Yeah, my husband guessed today.
He did. He guessed.
He guessed.
He did okay.
He said honey bunches of oats.
It's close.
It's not close,
Well-
which is how I know you don't eat O's.
I don't mean in taste. I mean in
No. Everything with a cluster
It has clusters, no?
inside of the O.
It
you know
does.
what? Whatever.
Anyway, we love each other.
We do.
We're here for another week
It's
to
sickening.
love and talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get this thing going.
Get into that black excellence.
Yay!
That's me clapping. If you're listening, can you hear it?
Yay! That's not a sound effect. That is Portia's real hands clapping together. Studio audience.
Black excellence. Okay.
This week we have the excellent P. Diddy.
Man, it was hard to find
Puff
excellence.
Daddy. Man.
This year. Not this year.
This week.
This week. It was hard. I was like,
There were things, but we were like,
did we not see them?
I don't know. We were locked in I was locked in a cave all week. You know that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Diddy was being excellent
the
while
man
we were
with
asleep.
17 names was being excellent. When I was Googling about this, one of the Googles was, are Diddy and P. Diddy the same person?
A white person did that.
I love that so much. He is the same person, and I'll tell you what he did.
What do you do?
He's starting his own political party. Mm-hmm. It's called Our Black Party.
Yeah.
Put in place to push the black agenda.
I don't know.
Whatever that is.
I don't know anything about this.
About what? The black agenda? You do.
I
You
mean,
told me certain stuff.
Yeah, I told you what he said.
Yeah.
What I had known only of him and his... Only thing I know about Diddy and voting is vote or die.
You remember that? He was on that heavy.
He was on it heavy, and I have seen the shirts try to make a comeback.
God,
Vote
no.
or die. And then more recently, hold the vote. He was like, bitch, don't vote.
He's changed his mind, though.
He changed his tune. He did.
He changed his tune. He said, shit is getting scary out here. It's getting real.
That's accurate.
And he thinks that it would be a disservice for us to hold the vote now.
Also accurate.
It is.
I'm glad he had a change of tune.
Even if I know we're like kind of choosing between two, like who's the
Subpar.
lesser evil kind of situation.
Kind of, yes.
But we know what one of them does already. And we need to get him the fuck out of there. Anyway, that's what Diddy said. That is the first priority, is to get Trump out of there. So he kind of endorsed Biden. He said that we should get Biden in and hold him accountable.
It was a very slump endorsement.
It was.
It was a very slump setup. Very lackluster endorsement, because you can tell he is not completely enthused about
Getting voting or getting Biden. Yeah. I don't know a lot of people that are completely enthused about either one of them.
I
but
tell you what, the fact that none of us vote until right now has a lot to do with the fact that we're constantly
That's not true.
unhappy.
I vote in my local elections. First of all,
Yeah,
I
I don't.
stood in line for an hour and a half this
You're actually
year.
the only person that I know, besides maybe one other person. I'm just gonna
Throw it out there.
Just say one other person. Just
Okay.
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt that actually votes in, like,
Yeah.
local and anything before
The
primary.
general primary election.
I think
Yeah, I stood in line for so long. And like my lower back was hurting.
better than me.
Back in May, I think it
Yeah.
was. Something. I just remember because I think Shosh was like about to move in. But a lot of people don't. And honestly, on the ticket,
And then just be like, I don't like the
This-
governor.
yeah.
I don't like these candidates.
the biggest one here is
we-
District Attorney Jackie Lacey.
Yeah.
That everyone hates, but that is on the ballot every single election to get her out. It's literally on every single election ballot. Like, it's on this one too. It was on
Yeah,
the
no.
one back in May. Like,
Yeah, we don't care.
I know. That's the biggest thing for black people. I feel like a lot of black people are like, oh, we shouldn't vote because they're both shitty. But
And
then,
it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, but
and
then what?
they're all gonna be shitty. Most black people, they think that all the candidates are always shitties because none of them do enough for black people, and it's never gonna happen.
No.
No one's ever gonna. First of all, we are perpetually unsatisfied.
Oh my God,
Our
the
people-
most unsatisfied
Our people are the
ever.
most unsatisfied.
Go to a restaurant with a black person. If you're white and watching this, or any other race, and you don't understand what we mean, go to a restaurant.
And it's our history. It honestly is. It's our
Yeah.
history. It's
Yeah.
like, you can't give us enough.
And we,
You
it's-
honestly,
I mean,
you cannot, because you make black people.
We kind
they're
of
made
have a
to feel
reason
like-
to feel like that.
They're made to feel like they're not, like, in restaurants. They're made to feel like, oh, white tablecloths, blah, blah, blah. Like, I
Yeah.
have to act this way because I know they're looking at me like I don't need to be in here. So then you
Right.
just get that black person that just wants everything and is just asking for everything. And it's just,
It's annoying.
it's annoying.
But
and
I get
love
why,
my people.
I
but
get why they
honey,
behave that way, but
I get it.
Shit.
Shit.
It is.
There's just never going to be a white person in office, or a black person in office, or any kind of person in office that can do enough,
to satisfy all the things that we've been through.
especially for what we've been through.
Yeah.
It's not
never
gonna
gonna
happen.
We're going to
And-
have to start over. God's
And
going
the
to have to
country is
come
not just blacks and whites.
through the sky.
Like, somebody's
Yeah.
got to be in there to push their agenda, and it's not going to be for black people. It's
No.
never going to be for
And
black
even
people.
if they do push that black agenda through, you've got a whole fucking Supreme Court full of all those judges
not black.
who are there until they die.
Mm-hmm.
They hold the office until they die.
What a job.
Oh my God. Or
What
give
a
it up
job.
willingly. So if they don't want to push it, then it doesn't matter what this other person wants to push.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So there's just so many different levels and ranks, but I guess he's trying to do this because black people are like so divided, which is 100% truth. We can't agree on any goddamn thing.
We can't.
And I think that comes from, I think it starts at religion, to be honest. Hey,
Don't
Nina.
start that shit,
Please
Nino.
don't start. We're talking about the blacks.
Man.
So I think he's trying to like keep us.
Is he serious right now? Like, is he serious?
Okay. Oh, it sounds like he's close.
Nino! Okay, let's see
right.
if that worked.
Okay. That's Nino, everybody. You met him
That's Nino.
in episode, I think, 4.
Yeah.
But
That's what we get for leaving the windows open so we can feel a breeze.
Wait, you guys, we tried to have like a cute sunset episode where we had like the curtain open and you could see the hills behind us and the sunset and like
The yellow
blankies.
pigmentation.
Yeah, the light wasn't good. But one day.
No. One, I would have disappeared.
Yeah, she would have. But
Right into the light. Blinded by the light. Okay.
wrapped up like a noose.
I knew you were
That's
gonna-
the best part.
I knew you were going to attack it like that. That's why I said, abort.
That's the best part. How could you stop before that?
But I don't know what in particular about this story is like so excellent, other than that now he's changed his tune and he's saying we should vote, and we absolutely should. And I think
he's
that's
giving
amazing.
people the right idea about voting, and that is Portia trying to kill us rather than choose a president.
Yeah.
He's giving everyone now. He's using his platform to tell people to use their voice to vote.
Use that platform, did he?
And which is excellent.
Use it up.
It's crazy because I got into like kind of a debate with this boy who was saying, there's other ways to use your voice. How dare you tell me how I can use my voice? And I was like, I don't think they're telling you. Anyway,
Whatever.
black people always in some sort of
Debacle.
commotion. But I did see something funny on Twitter where people were saying, Diddy can't even keep a group together, so how he gonna keep a whole political party together?
First of all,
Listen,
I can put one together.
Now he can get it started.
He can put a group together for damn sure.
Whew, that man he has an ear and an eye on him.
Ear on him.
Yeah, but
Now, what these folks do afterwards,
they do always fall apart. Is it bad management?
all groups fall apart.
Okay.
What group has
I'm
not
trying
fall-
to think of one that's not.
Name them.
Name him.
Who didn't have to come back after 20 years of not speaking.
I'm trying to
Name
think.
'em.
I'm thinking. Mumford and Sons.
All right, moving on. Moving on.
I love Mumford and Sons.
We're going to move on to Black Twitter.
Yeah, but it's kind of not actually Black Twitter, you guys.
It kind of is, but Black Twitter talks about everything. Everything
Yeah.
falls under the umbrella
Everything's
of
Black Twitter. Yeah.
So
This is gonna be heavy and
another heavy. Yeah. No.
yeah.
See, I start things and then I know that she's gonna.
We finish each other's sandwiches.
We do.
Not really. I just say that when me and Portia finish each other's sentences because it's in Frozen, which you've never seen.
I saw
When did you see Frozen?
a few days ago, actually.
Okay, exactly my point. Frozen's been out for 17 years. Anyhow, we are moving on. Come on, friend. Move
To
us
Black
along.
Twitter. Black Twitter, Black Instagram,
Black people.
Black people. We love ya. So today, actually, because as you know, it's not actually Thursday.
Yes, it is.
It's Thursday in our hearts, in our spirits.
We record and put it out in the same
In the
day.
same day, we're miraculous. Auntie Jada, she's still Auntie Jada?
No.
Aunties ain't perfect.
Was she ever? I don't know if she was ever my auntie.
She was never my auntie.
I don't know. She's
She
some people's
wasn't.
auntie, I guess. All my aunties they like alcohol. So if she is
A
drunk,
she's our gal. Mine too. So Auntie Jada did a red table talk with Gam Gam,
Gam
my
Gam,
mama, and Willow.
Willa, the usual
The
suspects.
huge, right? And Rumor Willis, Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter.
So random to me.
So random, but I like her. She's cool. She
Me
was on
too.
Dancing with the Stars. So
Yeah, she's
after
a
that,
cool
she kinda
gal.
like-
She's a cool gal.
And Amber Ruse, this episode was about consent, sexual consent, all the consent. And since it's DV month,
It's DV month, guys.
all things related to domestic violence, physical, mental, emotional abuse,
Yeah.
all that manipulative shit that people do.
Over and over again.
Yeah, and we don't just want to keep talking about people beating on people because it comes up in every episode,
You guys, it's
bitch.
every
I feel
time.
like every time we sit here and talk, we are talking about
DV.
somebody's getting their ass kicked.
People be getting their asses kicked. That's not our fault.
It's not, but
People-
it's so common.
People steady getting their asses kicked.
But we thought that we would talk about consent.
We did thought that we would.
We thought we'd talk about consent and
And we
what that means and ways that we have
experienced consent or lack thereof in our own
lives.
adventures through the sexual world.
And let me just so yeah,
What? What let you just what? You can't start like that.
I can't.
Oh, you guys, the air feels tense in
Ooh,
here.
it's tense is heavy.
Thick.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna sing it again.
It's thick
but
in here.
heavy. Let me just say that men and women have very different ideas of what consent is, as we do
Everything in this whole
Everything.
freaking world. Men are
Literally.
from Mars, women are from Venus.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation with men. I have this conversation often in my house all
My
the time.
God. My God.
You know, not because we have a problem with consent, but because, you know, it's in the news a lot. And then we often find ourselves not always on the same side of.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
ideas of consent.
And I will say that I used to be the kind of person, I was guilty of being like, well, she shouldn't have put herself in that position. Or she shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have stayed the night. She shouldn't have been having this kind of conversation with these types of men under these circumstances. And then I was literally just telling Courtney before we started, because we talk for real.
Yeah,
all the
we
time,
sat and talked like 6 hours before we started filming.
about this exact thing. So this is not new for us.
Yeah, no.
I literally just told her that it's so shitty that you have to think that way.
That you have to be like, let me not talk about sex with this man because
Yeah.
then he's going to think I want to have sex. And we also had, well, Portia's husband was here and we were also bringing him into the conversation.
Yeah.
And he was just saying how, like, some girls, all they do is talk about sex and how much they love sex and what they do. And they describe it. And he's like, that don't mean they want to have sex. I said, I sit here and talk to your wife explicitly about my sex life. And no, I don't want to have sex with her.
Yeah,
And he's like, it's different, y'all women. Women fuck women.
they do.
So it's not different. And
Some
I
of our
just
listeners,
think,
some of y'all don't like the.
so some of y'all,
Nom, nom, nom,
it's on
nom.
my bucket list. It's on my bucket list.
Oh my God.
It is.
Throw the whole list away, bro. You're not going to do it. She's such a tease.
Oh my God. But yeah, and that is just literally one instance of where they completely think 100% differently about sex
Yeah.
and consent and what all that shit means.
Because men, they signs. They
Yeah.
look for signs. And some of them, their sign is she touching me? Is
Yeah.
she kissing me? Is she calling me a
The
lot?
obvious-
Is she, you know, the obvious things, like, is she like really pressing you about it, straight out asking you for it? Like, you know, some men they need those types of things. Other men,
They don't.
all it takes is she laughed at my joke.
She looked at me. Her eyes
She
lingered
looked at
for
me.
3 seconds longer
3
than
seconds longer.
normal.
Than normal.
She came up to my room with me
Right.
after we went on a date.
Yeah, the whole idea of, because I've heard things. I've got friends,
Of course you do.
homegirls, and
I got
homeboys.
a homegirl.
I got a homegirl, a couple homeboys, especially like in the industry, like whether you're an athlete or an artist or whatever. And have you ever heard that whole, if you come on the bus, then you just know?
On what bus?
The tour bus.
Oh,
the
no.
hotel room.
No.
Back to the house party.
Yeah.
If you come here, then you just know. And do you understand the idea of a woman walking through a door, meaning that you can put your penis inside of her? It is absolutely wild.
That you can penetrate her just because.
I have.
Okay. What have
There are situations where some of these artists and just men or whoever the fuck they are, they will say, hey, we're about to have a big old orgy in here. So if you don't want to be a part of it, then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
That I can appreciate.
That's great. You're letting everybody know what's happening.
But I feel like too often these unspoken rules and these signs and these just like, oh, well, she invited me in. Maybe she invited you in for a fucking cup of coffee because she wanted to talk to you.
Yeah. Maybe she doesn't want the night to end.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that she wants to get penetrated. That doesn't even mean she wants you to kiss her. That doesn't even mean she wants you to touch her or any of those things.
I do believe just for the sake of like passion and chemistry, there are like these unspoken signs that people go by, and that's fine. But
yeah, if we're kissing and I maybe grip your penis,
if I grip your peen,
then that's probably means that I want to take it out.
It's that other stuff. It's that these ideas of when you assume that a woman is ready, or you assume that she is a slut or slut enough to have sex with you and your friends, or whatever. And
to think that just because she's a slut means that she can't tell you no.
Like, or she's not likely. They say no.
They say no all the time.
Hoes say no too.
They say no all the time.
And it's just, I've had this conversation so many times, like with my husband about like, because he doesn't, he's a man.
Yeah.
So he's just like, bro, it's like these women will come out and they'll claim, rape or abuse or any, just for any little thing or anything inappropriate. And it's like men are kind of backed into a corner, which I kind of agree with sometimes, where it's like they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But I have to explain to him that intimidation is a thing.
Yeah, it is.
And just because it's not full on rape, he's not like forcing himself on her or ripping her clothes off. There is a level of intimidation, and I know it very well, having started having sex much younger than what I should have.
Yeah.
And dating older men.
Yeah. I mean, even with men our same age, they know that it works, and they do it to you every single time. It's like peer pressure of sex, which is like weird. But they'll do anything in that moment if they want to have sex to get it. And it doesn't mean you're rapey, because she could in the end
You're calling it persistence.
Yeah. In the end, she could actually let you do it, but that doesn't mean that she wanted to do it. If she in the beginning, like men always use the excuse that women play hard to get. Like they say no, but they actually mean yes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of not your job to figure out whether I actually mean yes or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I say no in the beginning, then it's kind of just up to me to then like let you know that I actually do want it. But
yeah, I might actually mean no.
I might for real mean no.
For real.
And you running around with your dick out behind me is now like making me fiercely uncomfortable.
Which has happened to you. Tell the people.
You guys.
Hardcore.
I
don't want to have sex.
And I can understand maybe why it could have been confusing for him. So the story.
Had you had sex before?
Yes. So the story is there's somebody that this is a long time ago in college. There was somebody that I was having sex with. And we had been having sex maybe for like 2 months. It was like kind of frequent, like I wasn't having sex with anybody else. And we had stopped, and we had kind of stopped talking. And I remember going over there, and one of my friends was having sex with one of his friends too. So I like went over there to pick her up. I was like, bitch, let's go. Like, you don't need to be over here anymore. Yeah. These niggas is nasty. They were.
Okay.
And when I went in to get her, he was like, oh, yeah, me and Courtney finna go in the room too. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to have sex with you. Like, no, I don't want it. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
So I remember him being like, oh, you left this one thing like in here a long time ago. So I go in to his room to get whatever I left, and he turned off the light. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go out of the other door. Like, why are you turning off the light, you know? And y'all, I just kept telling, he came up behind me. Like, we were still fully clothed at this point. He came up behind me and he's like, you really don't want to do it? And I was
real?
like, no. Is it about to stop?
A minute.
Oh. And I was like, no, I really don't. So, like, I'm fighting to get out of the room. He's literally holding me. You know, like, when niggas walk up behind you and give you a hug? He's holding me like that.
Yeah.
So I'm walking to the door, like, with him on me. And at some point, you guys, he takes his penis out of his pants. I don't know how he did this. And he's got it pressed up against my buttocks.
Experience is how he did it so quick. Oh my God. This is what he does.
Y'all, this was the most uncomfortable moment. Like, this is so uncomfortable. Someone that you told you don't want to have sex with, he's got his dick on your butt. And
all because you had sex before and he feels like he's entitled to
my vagina that I had already told him no to multiple times. Anyway, I was not, by that time I was older and more mature and I was not intimidated anymore.
Yeah.
By him, because it's happened again. So, but by him, and I got the fuck out of there. It was VV uncomfortable. One of the more uncomfortable. Yeah, skeevy. And it wasn't even great sex either. So how dare you?
How dare you?
Come up. But
men don't realize, and you know they don't realize because they're constantly sending dick pics and things like that.
And all the things of the like.
You know, they don't realize how intimidating those penises can really be.
They're
unless
nasty.
You're, like, super in the mood.
Yeah.
Or just whatever. They're just fucking intimidating. And me and Bae had this conversation a lot.
Okay.
Because, first of all, there is no nigga in the history
of
any nigga anywhere. If you was that nigga in high school, if you was that nigga in college, if you was that nigga in the neighborhood, if you're successful and you got your money young and you was just partying a lot, all of these niggas then participated in a train.
All of them. Nasty shit.
Whether they facilitated the train.
Or whether they got on board.
Or whether they were the ones that were crawling on the floor, coming into the room.
Military style.
Fucking crab walking.
Disgusting.
It's so
in
common.
In the pitch dark of black of night.
I don't know how often white boys do this. I really don't.
Maybe frat boys.
I just know that even in the high schools of it all, niggas was out here. This was just like
running bitches.
They used to talk about it all the time.
Yeah, run a train, choo choo.
And how did we feel when we heard that some niggas ran a train on a girl? When did we ever feel bad for the girl?
Never. We were always like, ew.
We shamed that little hussy.
Ew, she nasty. Never did we think, though, maybe she was taken advantage of.
Maybe she was intimidated.
Maybe, yes. Why didn't we think that?
Because we're fucking monsters.
No, we're not, Portia.
We have to be monsters.
We're not monsters.
Let me just tell you this. Because I've had this conversation with quite a few men, actually, when they're telling me about, like, you know, things they did when they were younger and mistakes they made and, like, all this other stuff. But, like, the idea of, one, how these trains usually get going.
You guys, this is the worst, okay?
How these trains usually get to going.
It's so bad.
Is there's a guy having sex with a girl, and it's completely and totally up to him whether or not he feels like she is loose enough or just willing enough.
He gets to decide from their, like, 2 minutes of conversation.
Or whatever
where he wasn't listening.
Whatever it is they had.
Yeah.
You know? He gets to decide, is this the kind of girl where I can invite my friends and she just let all of us fuck her, or what?
How do you know what kind of girl is that even?
It doesn't matter. Somebody that... If he fucked her easy, he assumed it. Whatever.
Okay.
If it's a girl that likes him a lot, a girl that
that's a shame.
Has a reputation.
You can't even like these niggas without them thinking you gonna let your whole team hit.
Run. So
Jesus.
What usually happens is you're in the throes, right?
You're in the throes of it, enjoying yourself,
you're
or not enjoying yourself,
or whatever.
Yeah.
You're in it, and then, you know, at some point where there was one.
Now
there are a few.
Oh my God.
They sneak in.
And you don't know how they got in there.
You don't know what the fuck is going on. And I just want to say this to any man who is listening to this. And oh my God, I'm going to take this clip. I'm going to put this on Instagram.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to shame you fuckers.
Yeah.
For any man who is listening to this, I need you to understand that whether a woman is shivering with terror, or it doesn't matter what the fuck she's doing, she can be completely silent. Being in the room with multiple men, or with more men than what you consented to having sex with, they're walking up to you naked,
and they're
with
naked already,
dicks in their hands.
You guys, it's the most terrifying thing.
That is not like the highest form of intimidation and manipulation and rapey as fuck.
It's skeevy.
Even if she's just
nasty.
Like, okay, because she, oh, well, all right. Don't act like you ain't got to coax her into it a little bit.
You probably do.
Because y'all niggas is not the niggas like that.
We ain't gonna hurt. We ain't gonna do nothing to you. We ain't gonna.
Don't act like you ain't got to fucking swayed the bitch.
Swayed her. Because I don't care how much.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have told them to come in the room after you got started.
Exactly.
You want to know why? It's because when you're naked and you're bent over or your legs are in it, whatever, sex is like the most vulnerable position that you can be in. So you wait until a woman is vulnerable and don't act like you niggas ain't did it.
You're strategic out there.
You're strategic.
Because I don't know. I mean, I've just personally never met a woman who you just go up to and be like, hey, can we run a train on you tonight? I've never heard of it happening like that. And maybe it does. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
it could. Listen,
every
there's a lot
story
of people out
I
here.
hear,
It could happen.
It could. But every story I hear
happened just like that.
Happened like that. Oh, I was fucking this bitch, and then I had my niggas come in while I was fucking her, and then I was like, "Hey, you gotta let my niggas hit."
The rapiest fucking thing.
You gotta let my niggas hit.
And the same guys are the ones who say, well, I didn't force myself on her, and and I would never rape no bitch. You think you got to smack a bitch up and then
just to
tear her clothes off for it to be
called rape? No.
For intimidation.
You inviting your naked
position
friends
of power is intimidation. That's sexual harassment. That's rapey as fuck.
It's intimidating. It's
telling
manipulative.
a woman that she can't have a job if she doesn't sleep with you, and then she does, and she chose to sleep with you, but you also threatened her career or made her feel small,
or bitch, even just you like me, but I'm not gonna like you back until you. That's manipulative enough. As fuck.
That's enough.
I'm not gonna like you back until you let me fuck. And wait a minute, and my friends.
It's the manipulation of it all,
like
the intimidation. And they forget that they're intimidating. You're even more intimidating. I'm naked.
Men are intimidating.
I'm small and naked.
I'm naked. And the things that can happen in that room when it's just one woman and 5 niggas or however many insane number.
The things that can happen in that room when it's one woman and one nigga.
Just one.
Imagine being in a space to where you are not enjoying yourself as a woman and your sexual experience, and then telling a man, I don't want to do this anymore. What if he's just too...
He's too far gone. He's about to catch that
what
good
if he
nut.
Doesn't stop?
Yeah. It's happened.
You and I have never had the balls to tell somebody, not like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I've not enjoyed myself many a time. To not, I just got the nerve to be like, get the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
But
but it took some time.
Bitch, I'm 30. I had to build up the noive, okay? Because many times I've just let somebody be like, I've just not enjoyed it and been like,
you just let them
finish. They're gonna finish soon. Like, let me just lay here and shut the fuck up.
Bad. It's so bad. It's
let
so
me lay
bad.
Here and shut the fuck up.
Normal.
It's horrible. And you might be wondering, like, why do women say yes in that situation? Or why does, when a woman not want to have sex with somebody, she just lays there and doesn't say no? Or like, why a girl in a room will let these niggas come fuck? And I was just telling Portia this, and I told her this like months ago about something completely unrelated. People in general, but women specifically,
very specifically,
will inconvenience ourselves for the comfort of someone else. Like, because we don't want you to think we're lame, or because we don't want you to like not like us, or because we don't want to upset you. That's a big one for men. We don't want to upset you, especially if it's a man we like. We don't want to upset you.
Never.
We'll do anything. Didn't Rumor Willis?
Rumor Willis? Yeah.
Didn't she say that she was taught growing up that like if you like a man, you don't do anything to piss him off
or send him away.
So it's stuff like that, like where you're like, well, I really do like him. I'm just gonna be uncomfortable for 1 second.
Yeah, and you don't even really you put no thought into it. It's just sacrifice is natural for women.
Yeah.
You know?
We do. And it sucks that
it's natural. So you don't even think like I'm sacrificing myself, my
dignity,
happiness, you're not even thinking about it. You make it a split second. It takes nothing to make that decision.
You're like, because as soon as you're like, okay, bitch, as soon as you make a sound that sounds like you might be agreeing, they're in you full throttle. You have no time to turn back, because then they're really pissed if you let them get in a little bit.
Right.
And then you tell them to stop.
But on that same note, like how many niggas can say that they have, especially with a woman they've already had sex with.
Yeah.
But, still, people that they haven't slept with, how many of them can say that they pursued a woman, or they tried to kiss her, tried to touch her, tried to take her pants off, whatever, tried to initiate sex, and she said no, and they absolutely did not try again?
None, probably.
None. Even if it's what you consider to be subtle or like a passive try.
You tried.
You're continuing.
You tried. And you write it off as persistence, and you write it off as, oh, she was showing me signs that she did want it, or she ain't leave, or her pussy was wet. Why you got your hands by her pussy when she said she didn't want it? God damn it. Like, what? Yeah, my vagina's wet because you're touching it. Okay, fine.
But that doesn't...
I might want to have sex, but just not with you. Or
even that doesn't mean that you're completely...
warranted.
ready to have sex. And it takes even less than that. Let's not even pretend that all niggas is like, well, her cat was what? No, it wasn't.
It's less than, it takes
so
way
much less than that.
Yeah.
And then like if you've already had sex with the person,
they think they have forever rights to your pussy.
Forever.
Don't ever you can't, in their minds, you can never tell them no.
Yeah.
And mean it seriously, and mean it, you can't.
And it makes me feel so bad for future generations, because I know it's not going to change.
No, it's not.
It's not going to change, because you feel shitty for having to tell girls to just prepare themselves and just be smarter.
God. Why don't they tell men that it's not going to change, because they don't raise men that way.
Yeah.
They raise women to like be smart about who you have sex with,
and halfway be ashamed if they do it.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted to have sex with that many people? Shun. Which
or
is
you
why
wanted to have sex.
Shun.
Period.
Shun. But men are taught to like bust down as many bitches as they can.
Be a conqueror. As many as you can get.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you're more of a man. The more women that you have can convince, quite honestly,
to give away their vagina,
to sleep with you. Because you're feeding them bullshit. It's manipulation. It's so... There's so much to be said about
even
this.
when it is consented, it's probably manipulated.
Yeah.
Like 80% of the fucking time.
And these niggas will say it's not intimidation, it's not manipulation.
It doesn't make it rape, but at the end of the day, is it real? Is it really consented? Like, no. And I also was telling Portia, God, I tell you everything.
Yeah, you do.
I was saying I'm really bad about yelling at my lawyer, because I don't even realize, I don't know if this is what he's doing, or in the moment I don't think of it like that. Like if we're laying there and he wants to have sex, and he'll just turn over and be like, baby, you want to hit one real quick? And I yell at him. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Just put your hands on me. Oh my God, just put your hand down there. Like, you don't have to fucking ask me, but really, he should ask me.
Yeah.
And should. Like, I didn't think about it until today when we were having this conversation, because...
But that's why they call it the gray area. Because it's like, do we have to have this conversation every single time?
Because it kind of like slows things down, which it really doesn't, honestly.
It doesn't, but for them it kind of does.
For them, maybe.
For them, it kind of does, because in a way, like, men, just like us, want to feel wanted. Yeah. And they don't want to have to ask, and they don't want to have the conversation about it. Even if they initiate it, they want it to flow and just know that you want it as well. You know? So I can understand that, but honestly, I just think the bitches just got to speak up.
You gotta start speaking up.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it is hard.
Normalize.
It's hard. I get it.
Don't do shit that you don't want to do, and it is so hard. That is not a judgment, because I have been in that position so many times. Yeah, honestly,
me too.
Like, just don't do things that you don't want to do, because getting up afterwards and be like, God, why did I sleep
You
with
guys.
him. Even if it's like your boyfriend or your ex or somebody that you've been with before.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If
It
you
doesn't
feel like you
matter.
don't want to, even a little bit,
I just had this conversation
Don't
with a
do it.
grown ass woman. Like, don't ask me why I talk to people this old.
okay,
But a woman, you know, well into her 50s,
mature.
you know,
Yeah.
telling me about somebody that she obviously really cared for and has known for a really long time, has slept with him before, and they did it, and she instantly had regret.
You guys, that
Instant.
instant regret, the way it
It's
feels,
the fucking worst.
the way it feels, you feel nasty. Like you feel,
Yeah.
you really
Used.
do feel like you got used or raped, even if you didn't, because you're like, I know I didn't want to do that. Why did I do that? And I probably showed signs of not wanting to do that. And why did this nigga not see that, not read the room? Why do men not see the signs? They're there most of the time.
Yeah, but we just don't enforce enough. And this is what happens when you do things that are just way above your maturity, and a lot of women we just do that. Women are thrown into domestic life. They're thrown into
From a
serious
child.
relationships.
From child, you
They're
got
thrown
baby
into
dolls.
wanting to be a good wife and a good girlfriend. And at the time, you know, unfortunately, because everything sucks now,
Yeah.
this idea of a woman, it just sucks.
It sucks.
Because now it's like, you got to be a freak.
Yeah.
You got to be a hoe for him. You got to cook. You got to clean. You got to bring the bag home.
You gotta trust.
But more importantly, I'll say it again, you got to be a freak.
Yeah.
And they fucking
And
idolize.
most men not even freaky.
Most men
They
not
don't
even freaky.
know.
They be boring, bitch.
They don't even. No man I know can out freak a woman unless he is suspect. Like,
I agree.
yeah.
What I will say though is that it's just damaging to just young girls, or just girls just kind of coming into their own, is that you think that you have to do these things. You think that's what makes you a good girlfriend.
Yeah.
The way they brag about these women who like women, who will fuck girls with
my
them.
bitch fuck bitches with me.
You know what I'm saying?
She
Like,
doesn't want to. Trust me.
Me and Courtney talk all the time about the cool girl. Once you
Yeah.
go out of the phase of you feel like you have to be the cool girl where you're okay with everything, you'll be a much happier
Things
bitch.
change for you. Do you hear me?
You don't be with the shit.
You
So be
know
like,
what's
don't talk
crazy?
about hoes in front of me. I'm not your fucking homeboy.
I'm not your homie.
I don't want to watch football, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you stop
No,
doing
I don't
shit.
want to play the game with you. No,
don't
I
wanna play
don't
Call
want to
of
go
Duty.
to this place with you. When you stop trying to be that nigga's homeboy, because that's what it is. The cool girl is the homeboy.
The cool girl, I can't tell you how long I was the cool girl.
Bitch, me
for
too.
Andre. I was cool as fuck. But
Too cool.
Too cool.
Too cool.
But I was very authentically cool.
Yeah, you just are.
And then something changed. And it did not go well because he was like, well, who
Who are you, bitch?
the fuck is
Welcome to the
this?
relationship.
You know, and there were things that I did. There were things that I experienced that, quite honestly, I could have skipped.
Yeah. And if we stop behaving like the cool girl, maybe men will stop expecting us to be the fucking cool
Yeah.
girl all the time. Because even one of my exes, who I used to say that to all the time, because he had this like affinity for just jumping in. Like, he loved the cool girl stage. He loved the like new. Let me
Yeah.
talk to this new girl because she gonna act like she loved me.
It's
And he
addictive.
finally realized that I wasn't lying about it. Like, he told me, he was like, yeah, my friend told me this girl was cool and his other girl was crazy, and I had to tell him she was in the cool girl phase. And I like, if they just start knowing off bat, bitch,
It's
this
gonna
is
happen.
not me, okay?
Yeah.
We have to start speaking up, ladies.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to keep it cute for 2020, but 2021,
It's a no.
It's a
for
wrap.
me, dog.
and I'm not even talking about in terms of relationship because I'm not out here dating.
Just everything.
Just in general.
Putting your comfort in
and
jeopardy.
Everyone. Putting your comfort in jeopardy,
For
which I
other
have
people.
literally done
Yeah.
probably all of 2020.
For other
the
people.
entire year. And I'm just going to say the entire year when it's actually been
More than that.
more than that. It's been years.
Yeah. For other people. And for
For
what?
other people.
For what? For people who definitely wouldn't do it for you.
For you.
You know what I'm saying?
So if anything, I feel like we should just, you got to talk to women and girls just about whether these niggas change or not, or whether they mamas, teach them
teach
how
them.
to read a room.
Yeah.
You just need to
Speak the fuck up.
speak the fuck.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Because no, you of course you want the guy to like you, but at what cost?
At the
Because
end
you're
of the
gonna feel like
day,
shit.
if he doesn't like you because of that, save yourself
People
some
just
tears.
don't understand.
Save yourself some tears and some time,
People don't
baby girl, because
understand.
he is gonna pull you through the ringer. Okay, if he doesn't like you because you won't have sex with him, he's gonna pull you through the ringer. You
The
don't want it.
intimidation of it all.
You don't want
And
it.
intimidation is like the new he took advantage of me because it's so easy to do and
Yeah.
it's so normal and so like it happens every day. Like it's just, I don't know.
It's just really common, and it's actually really effective also, which is probably why they keep doing
so
it.
effective.
It's really effective. I'm not gonna
The
lie.
comparisons, anytime if you ever found yourself in love with a guy or just really liking a guy and wanting to be with him, I have quite honestly, been compared
To other women.
to other
Oh,
women
she let me do this on.
as a way to get me to
To
do
do
something.
something. It doesn't
and
work.
in all the ways. It doesn't work
work
anymore.
Oh, she used to cook. She used to
It
do
doesn't
this
work
for
anymore,
me.
but I will tell you that it made me feel shitty about myself.
Like, why?
And it wasn't just in the ways of cooking and cleaning. It was in the ways of how she wanted him, how she slept with him, and it sounds fucking crazy, but it's honestly not crazy, and I hope he's watching. Because that was a thing that made me really uncomfortable
It's meant to
with
intimidate
sex
you.
with that particular person because it made me feel used.
Yeah.
It made me feel like I was just a conquest. It
Yeah.
made me feel like even if I didn't want to have sex in that particular moment
Or in that way,
or in that way,
then I was going to.
I did.
Yeah.
Because why would I want him with me thinking about how fantastic
Some
this
other
you know what I'm
person
saying?
was, yeah.
Even if it wasn't, he knew he was using it as a tool of manipulation.
Yeah.
And that is another thing. Because, I like older men. That's another thing. Older men will manipulate you.
Yeah. They do.
They do.
Because it
Men your age will
works.
manipulate
They
you.
all do it.
But it will be even easier.
For a man who's been out there and had time to practice that manipulation for many
And-
more years than you.
And
have
that
been.
alone is just like you're taking advantage of the fact that somebody loves you and
Yeah.
cares about you
God, men
and
are
wants to please you.
Men are disgusting.
Men are fucking trash,
They're
bro.
taking advantage of the fact that you love them and want them to be happy. So they're using it against you to get more things. The things that you would already do probably if they just fucking communicated to you that, hey, baby, this is what I like.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Because when we love people, we'll kind
We'll
of
do
just do
anything.
anything for them, which it's crazy, but that's just how women
If you
are
got
in
a
love.
woman and you're making requests and she's not doing them, she don't love you,
Get
bro.
out of there, bro.
She don't love you, bro. Because a woman who loves you,
She'll do
who
anything.
feels loved back,
That is that's
when she feels loved back,
we need. I didn't ask you to connect fingers with me.
when she feels loved back,
She'll
you
do
can
it.
make a request. You don't have to manipulate her into
Doing
You know what I'm saying?
anything.
Like, you don't have to be passive aggressive.
Yeah.
All you have to do is say,
Hey, babe,
"Hey, babe,
I need this done.
I know you don't know how to make this.
Can you look up a recipe by chance?
I know you ain't ever drove cross country by yourself, but
Can you
you-
get in the car by chance?
get in the car by chance and drive
Head
to
over
Georgia.
here.
Make a request.
That's it.
If she loves you and she feels loved,
She'll
she'll do it.
But the manipulation tactic has got to go. And women, the only way to get it to go is for us to stop making it effective.
Stop conceding.
We have to stop.
Let's normalize
Let's.
not doing shit.
Yeah, all this other shit y'all trying to normalize. Let's
Let's
normalize not doing shit you done wanna do.
that you don't want to do.
Even if in just that split second you don't want to do it, who cares? Don't do it.
I always say that it's always better for a woman to be selfish, because even her level of selfishness, you're gonna meet him right in the middle.
Yeah.
Because we sacrifice.
Men are
and
just
we're selfless.
Men are selfish.
Men are selfish.
Yeah.
So be a little selfish. You're still gonna overextend yourself.
Yeah.
It's in our nature
It is.
As-
unfortunately.
to be nurturers. And what do nurturers do? Completely forget about themselves
All the time.
and fucking nurture.
Yeah.
So be selfish.
Be selfish, women. Because
Take
I
care
don't
of
want to
yourself.
hear another fucking statistic like 1 in 3 women have unwanted sex before graduating college. That is so many.
Wild.
I don't want to hear another statistic like that. Be selfish. I'm sad that it's happened to me.
For real.
In my adult age, too, bitch.
Also tired of defending women, you know, not tired of it, but makes me really sad to have to explain to a man that just because she wasn't kicking and screaming doesn't mean that she really wanted it.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's fucking intimidation.
It's intimidating. Ugh, this
It's
just made me think
intimidation.
of one time where I had previously told this man that I wasn't having sex. I didn't want to have sex. He came to visit. He still tried to have sex. This time, I actually had sex. I had sex with him. And in the end, like, after it was over, obviously instant regret, but he was like, you just changed so much. And I was like, because I told you I didn't want to have sex. He was like, but you still did. And I was like, but why would you even try when I already told you that I didn't? He was like, oh, I just realized when I was around you how much I missed you physically.
Like, what?
I didn't miss you physically. So you just put how I felt to the side because
Yeah.
you wanted to ram your dick.
It is, the gray area is just it's so hard to explain, and unless you're a woman, you're just not gonna,
They're not gonna.
you're not gonna understand it.
Yeah.
And if you are a woman, whether you agree, I don't see how you could disagree, because every woman I've ever known, has rolled over and had sex when she didn't feel like it.
Every single one of them.
She didn't necessarily feel taken advantage of.
And you think they'll do
but
that?
if you think about why you did it,
Yep.
if you think about why you did it, whether it was out of obligation,
You felt like you had
this was
to.
your boyfriend, this was your husband,
You feel like that's
you
what you're
guys had a
supposed to
fight.
do.
You know what I'm saying? He did something nice for you. He took you somewhere. He bought, like, your way of showing it. It doesn't matter. Every woman has had sex
When they didn't feel like
when
it.
they didn't feel like it. It might not happen often, but it's happened. And I'm encouraging you to think about why you did.
Because do you know how many times I have rolled over to my little and been like, hey, let's get this shit popping. He's like, oh, not tonight, Courtney.
They don't want to.
And I roll back over and go to bed because if they don't wanna, they fucking don't. And they don't feel bad about it either. And they don't feel like they're obligated to. And they don't feel like you're gonna think they're lame if they don't. And they don't feel like none of the stupid shit that we feel. So we just have to get out of that space of...
It's gonna take generations. It is gonna take a long time for women to stop doing things out of obligation, out of just, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what I was raised to do, this is what is expected of me.
Is it a generational coice?
It's a fucking coice.
Oh my God, it's gotta go.
Sure, it's a coice.
It's gotta go. I just want better for us.
I want better for us too.
And I want these niggas to
It starts right here.
Oh,
You and I.
right.
No more doing shit that we don't want to do.
Oh,
for
God.
anything. Or anyone.
Okay. Yeah, well, I started. I quit a job
Right.
that I don't want to do. So, hey,
Don't get me.
I'm on the fast track to getting us back on track as a
I'm
generation.
taking steps. I am. I have taken some steps. Are you okay? Are you all right? Is everything okay, friend? No?
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, I'm back. Okay. Won't you look at that?
You almost choke and die.
Oh my God.
I
Almost
have
lost
taken
me.
some steps.
Good.
And I will tell you that in taking those steps, I was met with a little resistance.
Of course you will be. You can't
Uncomfortable.
expect to not be met.
Uncomfortable conversations. You
Yeah.
just
Gotta have them.
man.
'Cause
stick
if
to
you
your
don't-
fucking guns out
If
here.
you don't, they'll walk all over you. It's true. You give them an inch.
If you concede, if you,
It's true. If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
they'll take it.
It's 100% true, and it sucks that we have to think that way as women.
You find yourself, oh, it's one time. Oh, well, I don't want to make waves. And then next thing you know, you're full blown doing something that you never wanted to do, and
And you're wondering how you
You're
got there.
unhappy and you're
and he's
bitching
saying,
out the world.
I didn't ask you to do that for me.
who that?
Ooh.
Don't get us started. Don't get us started.
Just say no from the beginners.
I'm learning that still.
We all are.
Look at
And
me, I'm talking about things that got nothing to do with my relationship.
listen, it
'Cause I do
doesn't.
not mind telling that nigga to
I know. We need to learn it in all aspects of our life, and I know
In
exactly
all
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
stop compromising. Compromising.
ooh, that's a whole nother episode.
That's an episode.
That's
bitch.
a whole nother episode.
Compromising.
I just encourage
How much of it is healthy
none.
at this point?
None of it.
2020.
Shit.
None.
Oh God. I just encourage all of you at home. Just one step can start
Tomorrow.
a long walk.
Tomorrow, when you wake up,
Say no.
say, there's a goal of mine today is to not do anything that I don't want.
I do that every single day. You
To
know, Shasha, my roommate, Portia's sister-in-law, she's always like, you know what, Courtney? It always looks like you're not doing anything, but then when I turn around, you've done all the things that you said you were going to do or that you needed to do. And I was like, yeah, I do them when I feel like it, or I don't. If I don't want to do them right then, I don't do them.
Yeah.
Because how well will I do it if I don't actually want to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Look at you without a husband and kids. That is a luxury that some of us real bitches cannot afford.
I'm lonely and unmarried.
Do all that shit right now.
I am.
Because the moment that you have a family,
You don't get to choose.
no.
Or you do get to choose and your husband is disgruntled.
Fucking disgruntled.
And your child is abandoned.
Jeez.
My God.
Yeah. My God, my God.
Ah, you guys, that was pretty heavy. We didn't even say everything we need to say.
No, we didn't. We never do. We really be trying to spare y'all because we could hit you with a 3-hour podcast, but who the fuck wants to edit
They
that?
probably, that's it. We don't want to edit it.
That's
Because I
it.
was going to say they probably would listen to it. You guys, Portia has a small piece of fur on her humongous ring. Her humongous wedding ring. Yeah, bitch. You got so heavy on me. As Effie White so eloquently put it.
Shit's heavy.
But I'm sure we'll get back into that. We tend to come back to things
I don't know.
more than once.
People call me and I just say, no.
What is the... Not that we're on this, and this isn't on the docket.
Okay.
What is this new fucking infatuation with people only FaceTiming?
And not calling you.
Bitch, if you don't just ring me up FaceTime style.
Yeah.
And
Every time. There are I have people who call me who only call me FaceTime.
Ever.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. I don't really mind, but it's because I don't mind that particular person, but I know that they're not the only ones to do it. I know there's other
millions.
people
There's
who-
millions.
They will really just
They only call people FaceTime. You seriously want to look at
their
someone's face?
preferred method of communication.
You seriously want to look at someone's face the entire time you're on the phone?
Or not.
Is it because they don't really look at you? They're doing other activities.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's not on the docket. That's another episode or another segment. But we're gonna move along, you guys, into something less heavy.
Less heavy.
Well, not really, but
You never know with us.
you'd never fucking know. Good friends,
Bad advice.
baddest advice. Baddest is not a word, is it? Baddest bitch. Trina said it.
I was only gonna quote a Trina lyric. I mean,
If Trina said it, then it's Bible, no?
it must be.
We all know she's been to school, I think.
Shut up.
Okay.
Sick of you.
I think you read last week. So I'll read.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Go ahead,
Okay. Hey, Courtney and Portia. Oh, there's people who know our names.
Okay.
I need your help. I'm currently dealing with a guy who is always around his friends but doesn't bring me around them. What should I do? Well, why do you want to be around his friends?
Okay. This is so funny because initially I thought this was going to be like a you thing.
It's not actually, because I thought it was going to be a me topic too.
It's a me topic.
Is it?
He just said it like right before we started podcast.
Oh, he did. He said, you ain't never met none of my friends you always talking about.
Because there's this running joke in my house, not a joke. It's one of those jokes that only funny because it's true. Is that my husband ain't got no friends.
He done. Portia, his only friend.
I'm it.
Only fans, only friend.
That's it. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Because I'm
He
feeling
has to.
He ain't got no friends. Or if he does, the friends that he made whilst
Yeah, with you.
we were apart.
Oh.
he made a ton of friends while we were broken up.
I see.
Since I've been back,
They've been
I haven't seen a one.
cut loose.
He was having
And with
parties.
good reason,
He was
too.
having parties every weekend, and I ain't seen a friend since the day.
And what does that tell you? They didn't belong.
So many things.
They
We're
didn't.
not even going to get into it. I says, depending on, so are these like guy friends or girlfriends?
I'm thinking that they're guy friends because it just says his friends, so maybe it's both.
I mean, truthfully, Andre told me that he didn't, for the most part, have his friends around, his homeboys, is because they were all filthy man whores.
They can't be trusted.
And not even that they couldn't be trusted, but they were in different places in their life. And apparently, men who bond over whores and partying and sex with multiple women,
Okay.
once you bond over that on that level,
You can't bond over anything else.
you can't bond over anything else. So no, your friends can't come over here for lunch because they can't bring their whores with them.
Yeah, and they
'Cause
can't
this
come
is our
over here and
family
talk
home.
about the whores that you used
You
to,
can't come over here and talk about all the women
that used to be dones.
that you manipulated
No, you
into
can't.
sex.
You definitely can't.
You know, so it's just like, he's like, you know, they're just respecting my situation. And I always thought it was so weird because I was like, how is it that we got back together and I didn't lose any friends?
No, you didn't. Cause we all some real bitches, you know what I'm talking about? Real niggas from day one.
And my friends, they're not married, they didn't have babies.
Nope.
You know, they just remain
I
my
still
friends.
respect your situation.
They're just still your friends.
Yeah. Men are just nasty.
So maybe that could be it, is that his friends are a flaming hot
Ball
mess.
of garbage.
You know, low down monkey with a wig on.
But also could be, like I just said, they nasty and you can't trust them because
Yeah.
I don't know that I've
Niggas
ever
be having
had
friends
an
they can't
ex.
trust.
That's what I'm saying. I've said that plenty of times. I don't keep nobody around me I don't trust because he said
Hello?
he didn't want to talk about certain things while other people are around. And I said, I talk about everything in front of my friends because I don't keep nobody around me I can't trust to go tell my business. I don't keep people around me. But niggas keep people around them. I haven't had one ex whose friend who hasn't tried to hit on me.
My God, my God.
My God.
You niggas out here.
And sometimes when I'm with them, like if I have a boyfriend, I can almost feel like their friend really likes me.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God, I love to tell Courtney that people are in love with her.
They're not.
Because they are.
no, they're not.
I have dated people.
No, she hasn't. Portia hasn't dated
Who
anyone
have
that's
very
been in love with me.
secretly been in love with her.
You guys
And I'm just
don't listen
you
to
wanna
her.
know what? If it's like the shallow part of them is just like, you know what? I've got this girl.
No.
She's a light bright.
No.
She buys me stuff.
I'm
Like
not
she
lies.
looks like what I should be with because they're just like obsessed with all things fair skin, and I'm just, you know,
The fairest
call
thing
the colorist if that's what the person
No,
is.
but you're also a really great gal.
I am a great gal, but I'm just saying it's all. I think it's just so hilarious how people will like, you know, gravitate towards me,
Mm-hmm.
and then later on be like, oh my God, Courtney's like really funny. I'm like, you just realized that?
Yeah,
But
bitch,
this is
I've been
hilarious.
funny.
What are you talking about? Like, oh my God, Courtney's really pretty, but she was pretty the day you met her. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And if I wasn't more of like, whatever.
Yeah.
What the fuck ever, because you also used to just do shit that I didn't do.
Yes, I did. I did.
You know? It's like, bro, like, had they not been blinded by their shallow selves, they would have been like, Courtney's a fantastic gal. And then they realize it later, and then they're just like obsessed with her. And they love her, and they secretly love her, and I'm fine with it.
They don't
I'll be done with them soon.
romantically love me.
Oh, they romantically love
No,
you.
I get what you're saying,
No, they romantically love
but
you.
it's not. No,
Yes, they do. They wish, they'd be like, you know what, I wish Portia would act like Courtney.
no, they absolutely don't, Portia.
Yeah.
Okay, Portia has taken this too far. God damn
No.
it, they absolutely don't. Because first of all, we do act very similar.
We do.
In many ways, and secondly, like I said, you're a great gal.
I'm a
For what
great
other
gal.
reason would I have kept you around for this
I will
long?
say I am a great guy. I'm just saying that niggas is
Well,
niggas.
they are. And to that note,
And those friends. Those
their friends are still
the
niggas.
friends of them niggas that you be liking.
Okay.
They friends be lightweight on the kid now. They be looking at my girl like
Niggas friends, I feel like niggas friends always kind of be like, especially if you got a nigga and his friends are single.
don't you love when your nigga friends tell you that he don't deserve you?
Yeah, because it happens so often.
Best.
Let me talk to y'all niggas real quick. Y'all don't know how often y'all niggas, y'all friends is telling y'all bitches that you don't deserve her. Like, they tell your girlfriend that. If you have a girlfriend,
I be trying to tell this nigga that. Wait, what are you talking about?
what do you mean?
What does that even mean?
You try to tell, or when his nigga friend tell you to leave him, just leave him. I had a man tell me,
so often.
just leave him. He ain't talked to me. It ain't like he been talking to me about putting a ring on it or nothing.
I had a nigga who had the audacity to be living in my man's house, rent free.
0 rents.
I had this man. He had the nerve to send me a Facebook message many moons ago.
Okay, lots of
Send me a
moons.
Facebook and legitimately asked me why I was with this person.
Whilst
Probably
living.
because he was shitty and he was cheating and all this other stuff. But I
Yeah.
thought it was obvious. Like, well, he is just really fucking hot.
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
obvious. I like the man.
You're living in
His home.
his home
Yeah.
rent free. He is capable of taking care of you assholes.
Yeah, and me.
Handling his business.
And him.
Good at his craft. Takes care of his mother. Sex is good. What is there to...
But you want me to choose you.
The
Sending
house
me a
guest.
message via Facebook. Don't
He's a
even got
white
my
boy,
phone
too.
number.
It's a white boy.
Oh, girl.
Had the nerve. As a matter of fact, the other one who told me that my nigga wasn't nothing was also a white boy.
Wow, they really after you, huh, B?
I don't think one of them was after me. One of them definitely was. The other one was not. He was just,
Yeah.
he was jealous of my
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah, I mean,
He hated his guts.
they, you know, when you got a real nigga, that's what happened.
But anyway, what should she do?
Another thing, why do you actually even want to be around them? Because I can guarantee you they will annoy the fuck out of you. Hanging around your nigga and his friends for over a certain period of time.
I've gotten into like arguments, not arguments, but just like, why don't you ever have, because I just think it's weird.
What?
I think it's weird that you would have a friend or have friends and I have never met them. Like, what if I want to throw you a surprise party, bitch?
That's true.
Rolodex.
That's true.
If I want to throw my nigga a surprise party right now,
I'm coming.
I would have to, right, and you'd also have to help me track
First
down
of all,
those fucking friends.
We did throw him a surprise, if you don't remember, at the beginning of quarantine. If you don't remember, we'll talk about it off the record. We did throw him a surprise, and the only people that came were me and his little sister.
Oh yeah, but that was also like I didn't.
It was supposed to be intimate, but still,
it was supposed to be like I also went out of. I didn't.
You didn't want to have a lot.
I
of
didn't
people
want to
there.
have a lot of people there, but there were times
But
where I
still.
was thinking like instead of going, like we went on vacation for his birthday.
Yeah.
But I was going to throw a party for him, and I was going to invite people. It wasn't going to be a surprise, but it was going to be like fully just facilitated by me, and.
You were
Bitch,
like, "Who's coming?"
I had a list going, and I was just like, okay, but I feel like there's just a lot of people that I don't know.
Yeah.
And we've had conversations. I'm like, I really don't want to be around your friends. I just think it's weird
To not know them.
to not know them.
Yeah. So I think it's important to know who they are.
A lot of them are other athletes who
Are gone.
are gone.
Yeah.
And, you know, and
They got shit going
whatever
on.
the fuck
They got
have.
wives. They got families.
You know, they got shit they got going on. They was out here up to no good against their people. You know what I'm saying? They wives was at home during the summertime. They was out here cheating, running around.
being a
With my
degenerate.
temporarily single nigga. So them niggas don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so funny to hear. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I first got into the group, I just asked our management why we weren't involved in certain like creative processes, like with the whole team at the time. The team had a lot of men, boys,
Yeah.
and he just straight out was just like, I'm really just protecting you because the other niggas on the team, they're wild animals.
They're savages.
And y'all are women,
Yeah.
You know, like he just didn't think it was just the best
It wasn't. Yeah.
atmosphere for
For
us.
women.
So I kind of understood, but not really because I'm used to that.
Yeah.
But he said that he was protecting
Yeah.
us. Do you think it's anything like shady?
I mean, because I've also had that conversations where it's like, oh, I want to have a boys' time, but they don't like kind of tell you, and it feels like they're hiding something. Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing with their friends? You know. But I don't always feel like that. I mean,
Oh, we totally skipped. This is what we thought was okay. We totally skipped over. He's always around his friends,
oh, so she knows the friends.
but doesn't
Bring
bring
you
me
around.
around. I mean that.
Girl, you
that
don't
could be
want
for-
to.
You don't.
You don't wanna. Let's just start
If he's
there.
always around them. You don't always
Want to be around them. Fuck them niggas.
Yeah.
They're, but he shouldn't always be around them anyway. Happy to hear he's got friends or whatever, but
Little friends or whatever.
but you don't always want to be around them. I don't know. I don't need my nigga to always be around my friends.
I have so many questions. How old is this nigga?
Yeah, that's another question.
How often is?
But it don't matter because, as we both know from something we discussed recently off record, it don't matter how old they are if they don't want to get that shit under wraps.
Yeah.
If they make that a priority.
Niggas don't have good friend management.
No.
Maybe he just feels like he can't be himself with you and the friends around. I don't think the issue is him not bringing you around because again, you don't want to be around.
You're
them.
done.
The biggest issue is that
He's
is
always around
his
him.
friends. Niggas who are always
Cut it out.
with their friends typically don't have a lot to do.
No. And if they
Grown-ups
do,
have to make time
yeah.
for their friends. They have to make time for their
If they're
spouses.
always around them, it has to be because they're doing things together. Like I'm around Portia a lot, but obviously we've got the P cast,
You know, we've got the cast.
so we need time together.
She babysits my kid.
Yeah, we need time together. So, and I'm her place of refuge when she wants to escape her home.
Yeah.
She comes over.
That is true.
But we also manage our time because she spends a lot of time with her husband. I spend a lot of time with my little
Yeah.
Like, we know how to manage it, you know? But that comes from experience and maybe from being a woman and just knowing how to fucking manage things. But men, I just don't know what their fucking deal is.
So once upon a time, how long ago?
Hey,
No,
we
I
started
know,
one
I know.
episode with that.
I'm not gonna go into it.
Okay.
Once upon a time, Courtney had told me.
This is probably yesterday.
It could have been, but I wasn't gonna fucking say.
I don't know what you're about to say, so I don't know.
That she kind of was like accused
What was I accused of?
of not wanting someone to be around their friends.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was wild
Yeah.
because
Why? Tell us why.
to know you is to know that me and you spend a healthy amount of time together.
Very healthy.
And in that time, I'm assuming
I'm expecting you to be with your friends.
also my bitch works a lot.
I'm expecting you to do what you have to do in the times that I am engaged.
She also takes time for self-care.
Much time.
Workouts, bike rides,
Sleep.
she goes to the movies by herself.
A hell of a lot of time.
She's cooking. She's doing things. I think about all the times that you're just like probably unavailable.
Yeah.
That like a nigga would really low-key kind of have it easy with you because you be having shit to do, you know? And yeah,
I make much time, I think, for people to spend time with their friends. Whether you choose to use that time wisely,
you've got decent time management though.
I do. I think so. Sometimes I let it get a little bit away from me.
I mean, like when you relate to my house.
Portia was slick mad at me. She said, "What you been doing?" And I went to recount it for her, and it was basically I hadn't done anything.
It was nothing.
It was nothing.
All right.
You guys, it was nothing. The day just got away from me. But I just think men I don't know what they need all this time with their friends for. I think that's what it comes down to for me personally.
Yeah.
Why do you need all this time with your friends?
Right.
And I guess the same could be said about me. Why you need all this time with me? But you do need all this time with me because I'm elevating you. I'm teaching you things. I am.
What nigga would rather be with his friends
Than
and not
his
his
bitch.
bitch?
I don't know.
Niggas don't be doing nothing.
Y'all just
They
sit and
not-
look at
these
each other
niggas
all
not drawing
day.
cats. These niggas ain't making no square meals.
Square.
These niggas is not listening to you gripe about your life or
Ain't helping in no
pushing
way.
your ideas or offering you any other fucking perspective other than just another nigga perspective.
And that is trash.
You know, like
For me, I think
grown niggas just like to be around their lady.
I just have
Honestly, more than a pack of niggas.
I have a lot of opinions, which y'all could see from this PCAST, and that
Very
is
opinionated.
yeah, that's a lot of it too. Because I'm just when you're with your niggas and you asking for your nigga perspective, he probably gonna give you the same perspective he got, or he gonna
He's
agree
just gonna regurgitate yours.
what you said, and I'm gonna not.
Gonna challenge.
I'm gonna chop that shit the fuck up and
Challenge
serve
it.
it back to you, and make you think about why the fuck you would choose what you chose. You know what I'm saying?
I think that this young lady should.
I think she don't really know what she wants.
I don't know.
She thinks that she wants to be around those friends, but really what she wants is for her nigga to come home.
That's it. That's it. Because
Yeah.
you don't want to be around.
You're
him.
just saying you want to be around him because you know that's where he's choosing to spend all of his
My
time.
curiosity is just like, who the fuck are these friends? I'm just curious because I'm a nosy gal.
Okay.
You know, and I know a handful of them. You know, they're irregulars.
Yeah.
But then there's some I'm just like, who the fuck? Oh yeah, my nigga Chad. Who the fuck is Chad?
Yeah, it's not your nigga. It's not your nigga.
Who was that? Man, my man.
I'm vexed by him.
I've been here for like over a decade at this point.
I should know all of your
And
friends.
have never. He knows every last one of my friends.
Yeah, well,
Whether he chooses to remember their names
he
and
knows
where
them.
I met them,
Yeah,
he knows them.
he knows them. Yeah.
These people pop up. Yeah, I gotta go meet Carl. What?
Who's Carl?
The fuck is Carl? Carl. I don't care how many times you say it. I know it is.
Why is that a thing? You know Carl. No.
No.
Still.
My man, you know my man. No.
He's not your man. I don't
Carl
know
could be
him.
a Carla. You need to be
Woo.
specific.
Carl
I'm
could
that
be
bitch.
a motherfucking Carla.
I'm that bitch. I'm the one that
Yeah, because I also do get
is
kind of.
asking you if
I literally just said to
Adrian got a
you.
dick or not.
Oh my God.
Like, is this a lady?
I just said to you last night when we were chatting while I was at the grocer's.
Man, we chat often.
About a friend that was around that I had no idea about, but is like a really close friend.
How? Where'd it come from?
How? If I'm spending all these hours around you a day and I've never heard you talk to your friend, about your friend, through your friend, beside your friend.
I can just imagine me saying, yeah, I'm gonna go meet Alicia down at this restaurant. He would look at me and be like, who the fuck is Alicia? And if I was, Alicia, you know Alicia, bitch, hell to pay. He'd be like, Alicia sound like
A hoe.
an Alejandro, bitch. I'm gonna punch you in the throat. Like,
Sit your ass down.
stop it. Like,
Yeah.
He'd be like, stop playing with me. Who the fuck is Alicia?
Yeah, it's good to know the friends.
It's good to know the friends. You don't need to be around them.
You don't. You need to know them. You need to know how they move. You need to know how they move so you can know what kind of shit they trying to tell your nigga. And
Yeah, you just want your man to come home.
I agree, bitch. What you should do is talk to him about prioritizing his relationship over his fucking friendships. And that's
just that on that.
That's what you should do. Wow, what a roundabout way to get to what we had to say. But you've gained so much insight about the two of us.
Look at that perspective.
Look at that perspective.
You know things about us. We talk about people in our lives
We do. Plenty.
without asking them if they want us to share.
Do you think we should?
No?
Fuck them. You should have never told me, bitch.
No.
If you didn't want me to share all my pecans. I feel like I always see.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna let Portia do Florida Man.
No, please
yes,
do it. I can't
because
do it.
I do it always.
to Florida.
She just fucking burst into laughter. iPad, she saw Florida Man. He's wild. It's this part.
Stop. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, guys.
Nothing. Okay.
We're getting out of here. We've been going. Oh, the camera battery's dying. Okay, we really have to get out of here.
Okay.
So, this week's Florida Man. Florida Man, I don't even know if this is a real news site.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter, but it says, Florida man dirts his hands with peanut butter and punches neighbors allergic to nuts. We're laughing at the dirts his hand.
Dirts his hand.
Hey,
Peanut butter.
do what you gotta do, young
Punch his
man.
neighbors.
You guys, we've just had all kinds of technical difficulties today. There's like 400 cuts.
It's a rough one.
With the computer died, the
Right.
camera's about to die.
Yo, bye.
That's it. We've got nothing else. Look at my mic, bitch.
That's it, y'all.
Bye,
That's
guys. We'll see you next week.
That's all.